Good afternoon and welcome to St. Paul's United Methodist Church, and more importantly, welcome to the Wilmington Handbell Ensemble Christmas concert. We are glad that you are here. We're glad to see some young faces and some mature faces in the audience. I'll just glance fast. We're just glad you're here, and we know you're going to enjoy this concert. Awesome. We should get some more of those. Did you make those? Oh, nice. All right, I'll get some. And we are looking forward to the concert here this afternoon. We appreciate you being here. My name is Jeff Nicely, Minister of Music here at St. Paul's, and it's my privilege to introduce to you Carrie Dietz, the director of the Wilmington Handbell Ensemble, and also Handbell Director here at St. Paul's. So thank you for being here and enjoy the concert.
Thank you. Good to see you all here today. I am Carrie Dietz. I'm the artistic director of the Wilmington Handbell Ensemble, and this is our 23rd season of concerts in the area, and it's great to be here at St. Paul's, who sponsor us. We started here in 2000 when Michael Hellman was here, and have been sponsored from here. So we're grateful for St. Paul's for that. And this program is a Child's Christmas, which is the same theme we did last year, but it's totally different music except for one piece. So so we're going to celebrate the joy, the inquisitiveness, the wonder, sense of wonder, and creativity that children bring us. And this first piece is Christmas Toys on Parade. And you're going to hear a medley of pieces, actually. March of the Toys by Victor Herbert, Toyland, also by Victor Herbert, and Parade of the Wooden Soldiers by Leon Jessel, the Wilmington Handbell Ensemble. Thank you. So the next celebrates the imagination of children. I mean, it asks that question. Can you imagine what it was like the very, very first night of Christmas when Jesus was born? And this 17th century Provence carol from France has these two French girls, Jeanette and Isabella, making their way to the manger that first Christmas night. They're just, but can you just imagine? So there's also, this piece also features the hand chimes, which you heard a good bit in the first selection. They're kind of these big tuning forks that we use, made of aluminum, just have a mellower sound than the handbells. And you're also going to hear in this piece an English carol called I Saw Three Ships. Ships? What are they doing at the manger, right? Well, probably the ships of the desert, the camels that the wise men rode. So this is a very playful, joyful arrangement of Bring a Torch, Jeanette, Isabella. So the next selection is an arrangement by Michael Hellman, who is the founder of Wilmington Handbell Ensemble. And a lot of our quieter carols are like lullabies, aren't they? And the most popular, one of the most popular ones is Away in a Manger. And we sing the text to Away in a Manger to several tunes. And the tune that Michael has set this the words to this carol is a tune that is normally sung in the United Kingdom. And then he uses the tune that is in our United Methodist hymnal, that's usually the one sung in America. He uses that tune as just an introduction and an interlude between verses as such. You're also going to hear an old medieval carol, name of Orientis Partibus, which we sing the friendly beasts to. So, I mean, if we're away in the manger, we need to have some animals there, right? And during that section where that tune is, there's going to be a technique that the handbells use called an echo, where they ring the bell and then gently tap it on the pad of the table. Maybe that's imitating the hee-haw of the donkey. I don't know. You can use your childlike imagination. A Christmas lullaby. spirituals are a great way to involve children because many of them are a call response format or a short refrain. And this one especially, Rise Up, Shepherd, and Follow, where there's a star in the east on Christmas morn. Rise up, shepherd, and follow would be this recurring refrain. Rise up, shepherd, and follow. So it's easy for children to learn. This arrangement, too, is kind of a homage to the, should I say, infamous Christmas pageant that many children, it's a rite of passage for many children in the church. Many of us have memories of that, and maybe some rather humorous memories as well. This arrangement is kind of a light-hearted arrangement in a sense, in that John Benke, the arranger, also includes Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star in it at one point, just little snippets of it. And it's kind of a jazzy, bluesy arrangement, which is kind of neat. But there's also a walking bass line in it, too, near the end, near the second part of it, that's played on the bass bells with mallets. And so it's kind of text painting, I guess, of follow, follow, follow the star to Bethlehem. You know, we're journeying to the manger once again. So this is a very playful, again, arrangement of Rise Up, Shepherds, and Follow. extra two selections from the Nutcracker Suite, Nutcracker Ballet. And it's hard to imagine with how popular the Nutcracker is. That in 1892, when it was first produced, it didn't go over that well. It's hard to believe. Now, the overture that Tchaikovsky wrote that went with it, about a 20-minute medley of dances from the ballet, was very popular. And it really wasn't until the 1960s that the Nutcracker Ballet really came into its own all over the world. And I kind of wonder if television had something to do with that. Because I can remember as a young boy seeing it for the first time on TV. And it was just like The Wizard of Oz wasn't that big of a hit when it was first released in 1939, but when it kept being shown annually on television, it was like, wow, people couldn't get enough of it. Though, the same thing with the Nutcracker. Most ballet companies that in the world program this at Christmas, they get 40% of their income from just programming the Nutcracker during December. So it's just amazing. So this is a wonderful arrangement of the march, which is really the march of the toy soldiers. So, Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. There's one group or ballet company this year that is doing kind of a revisionist version of the Nutcracker, and the Sugar Plum Fairy actually has morphed into a dove of peace. And instead of the land of sweets, it's the land of peace and justice. Very interesting. And I think they're doing that, because of what's going on in the world, and acknowledging the fact that, yes, this is Russian music, but look what's going on in Ukraine, and also that a lot of the other dances are national dances within the Nutcracker Ballet, and they're trying to give this sense of unity and community in this production. Very interesting. So this is a wonderful arrangement of the Sugar Plum Fairy, and you'll notice our chimes once again imitating the celesta, which is a keyboard instrument that Tchaikovsky just loved to compose for, and he used in this dance. Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. 'Twas the night before Christmas, or a visit from St. Nicholas. This poem is attributed to Clement Clark Moore, and according to my research, it was published in 1823. I had no idea it was that early in the 18th century. But this arrangement was done by Harry Simone and Ken Darby. Harry Simone had his own band and choral group back in the 50s, but he wrote this arrangement for Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. Anybody remember them? Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians? He was a band leader and had a choir also. And I think Robert Shaw got his start with Fred Waring even. So, but this is a delightful arrangement of this this piece. It works really well on handbells, and this is one of these heart songs, in a sense. My sister and I couldn't wait for this album to come out of my parents' collection at Christmas time. This was one we grew up with. So, but we feature Ruthie Toole as our soloist on this piece, and the Wilmington Handbell Ensemble.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that Saint Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their wee little beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their wee little heads. Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw open the sash. Then what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick that I knew right away that it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Dash away, dash away, dash away, dash away all. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and Saint Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof all the galloping noise of each galloping hoof. All bundled in fur from his head to his foot, his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. I drew in my head and was turning around when down the chimney he came with a bound.
merry were they.
His cheeks were like roses when kissed by the sun. His nose like a cherry all wrinkled with fun.
His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow.
And the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a little old pipe, he held tight in his teeth. And the smoke went around and around and around his head like a wreath. Oh, he was so jolly and plump, a right jolly old elf. And I laughed and I laughed and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. He had a broad face and a little round belly that moved when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He gave me a wink of his eye and a twist of his head, a chuckle and a smile, and I knew all the while I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work. He filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team, gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all and to all. Good night. Tis the night after Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The presents were scattered and broken, I fear, and Saint Nicholas won't come again for a year. The children are snuggled up all in their wee little beds, while memories of sugar plums danced in their wee little heads. Mama in her kerchief, Papa in his cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. Thank you.
Give it all. Wilmington and Ensemble. So in 1949, Johnny Marks wrote Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and based it on a storybook by Robert L. May that was published in 1939. Are you ready for this? By the Montgomery Ward Company. This is and it was also in 1949. It was a #1 hit for Gene Autry. Yay, the singing cowboy, right? This is a really clever arrangement with some percussion. We've got wood blocks back there, clip clops that Sandy's playing, and Beth is playing sleigh bells and sand blocks and all sorts of things. So another very childlike arrangement, Rudolph. Up on the housetop is another one from the 1800s, about 40 years after "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" was written. Benjamin Hamby wrote this in 1864. And he, like Clement Clark Moore, were both clergymen. And Benjamin Hamby was an interesting guy. He was also an abolitionist and a school teacher. And I think he wrote this for the children in the school he was teaching at the time. And it was one of the most notable recordings, again, was Gene Autry in 1953. We all know the first verse pretty much. Up on the housetop, reindeer paws, out jumps good old Santa Claus, down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones, Christmas joys. And then, ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. So the second verse may not be as well known, but it's about little Nell getting a dolly in her stocking. And there's, again, some text painting in this. Besides hearing the click, click, click of the reindeer, you're going to hear "Mama" in the bells. And then the third verse is little Bill getting a hammer with lots of tacks. And there's a lot of dissonant chords and smashing and crashing on the pads with the bells, just to imitate Billy having fun with that hammer and tacks, right? Again, another playful arrangement up on the housetop. Thank you very much. It's so good to be back here in our home turf at St. Paul's. Been a great audience. And we do have, let's see, there's one more selection on the program. And we do have some CDs for sale, if anyone is interested. One is a Christmas CD, A Little Bit of Christmas. And the other one is Theme Songs to Ring By, which is arrangements of TV and movie themes for handbells. You can imagine that. But Christmas is coming, only, 2 more weeks, right? Ah! So they make great stocking stuffers. And so we do wish you all a Merry Christmas. We wish you the hope, the peace, the joy, and the love of this season, and a happy, healthy 2023. So this next song is actually a winter song. It was written for sleigh races in Medford, Massachusetts in 1850. So it's kind of a November, December, and all through winter song that children of all ages love to sing. Jingle Bells. Good. We have time for one more. This encore doesn't necessarily fit into the theme, but we thought it was an important piece to do, especially this year. It's an arrangement of the Ukrainian bell carol, or Carol of the Bells. This is the 100th anniversary of it being performed in the United States as well. And we dedicate this to the people of Ukraine and keep them in our thoughts and prayers. Again, thank you, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thank you again.